Liverpool be everybody. You know, it's one of those situations where you just laugh to keep from absolutely losing your composure. Because, you know, at this point, it's just, you just assume that we're going to have first halves where we just struggle. Bunch of shots in the right direction, off target. Maybe games where goalkeepers play really well. You know, to be down 1-0, look, I don't even want to get into the offsides thing. I can't. The VAR thing, I don't even want to entertain. But even with that, Liverpool just so frustrating, man. It's just such a frustrating team, man. This whole season has been that way. Yeah, we've had some, I guess, minor highs and minor, you know, celebratory moments, I guess. A lot has to just do it because how bad we were. So anytime we get an opportunity to celebrate something, whether it's 2 wins in a row, advancing in the Champions League, whatever the case may be. But this is just, you know, I mean, you know, I always check the lineup on Twitter. Saw the lineup, I thought, okay. Now, to me, this is a game where Naby starts, or dare I say Ox, the guy who's been allegedly doing so well in training. You know, why aren't those guys starting? You start Naby in the Champions League, which you probably shouldn't have done. Here we go in the league, you don't give him a run out? There's nothing in that midfield. And I say this, and here's the thing. We created enough chances to be up 3 or 4-0 right now. Let's just be real. We created enough chances to be up 3 or 4-0 right now. That's how good the chances have been. Now, some of them haven't hit the target. They're in the right vicinity, but they just have, you know, so we've created enough chances. So I don't want to make it about not having a progressive midfielder, and that's, you know, but I think even adding that in, it can't help. It can't hurt. It can't hurt to have a guy who has an attack mind. The guys we have in the midfield, love them all. Milner, Gini, Fabinho, but none of them really have that real tendency to, in a consistent way, or an effective way even, I should say, to bring the ball forward. So you're depending on Trent again from the right, when we know when he's a high up, it's a liability defensively. You know, I think it's really time to start talking about Trent moving in the midfield and getting a right back that really is defense first. I think it's time to start having that conversation. You know, and I'm not even knocking Trent today, how you doing, for anything that has happened going back our way. I'm not saying that, but you just look at certain parts in the game and how we can affect games and how we can get at our opponent. And again, we've made some chances. We just haven't taken them. You know, I don't know how Salah is missing that chance where the ball goes back and I think Mings, you know, tries to clear, but it ricochets and it falls right perfectly for Salah. It amazes me that Salah tends to blunder the most easiest chances in the world. And then the ones that seem kind of, how did he pull that off? It seems easy for him. I just don't understand that. I just don't understand how you're not making that, how you're not putting that away. The Aston Villa, the best chance they had before the one that they scored was the set piece. I think the brother's name is Kansu. Now look, Ollie Watkins, that's a guy, and Klopp bigged him up before the game. Klopp knows how good he is. And I think that's probably the bracket we'll be shopping in. And all due respect to him and Villa, he should be a guy that's surfacing as far as what players Liverpool will be going after next season. I mean, really. Because there's no given for anything at this point. You know, getting 3 points in this game isn't a given. Advancing in Champions League obviously isn't a given. So, you know, it's just frustrating. I know there's another 45 minutes, but sometimes it's hard to really tell what this team is made of mentally, man. Are they at this point? I think obviously last season you could have said that, season before you could have said mentality monsters and all that, but it's hard to really even guess, you know, how we can bounce back from this. Again, it's just kind of what to expect at this point now. in first halves of games. You know, Liverpool just aren't going to be a team that can really. That's what it looks like, man. The whole first half of games from now on to the end of the season is kind of like, all right, we know if we get something, it'll be a kind of a bonus, surprise, shock. It's like, okay, cool, wow, okay. You know, what's happened to us at home. And I know, and look, maybe there's some, I didn't want to believe this, but maybe there's some truth to the whole, maybe it is because of the fans. But if it is just that, and I mean, you can say that about every team, and I don't know too many teams in Europe that are struggling like we are at home without fans. So, you know, is that the thing? Is it not? Anyway, man, I can't even, at this point, it's more just, you just sit there and smirk and shake your head. It's just, you know, back to the reality, man. Back to the reality. Liverpool, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. I can't really make sense of it. So, but look, again, yeah, there is another 45 minutes. You know, hope for the best with that. But I think this is the saving grace, right? Like I said, we did make we just create a good amount of chances. So you'd hope that we can at least create the same amount and just take one or two of them and be done with it. That would be the hope, right? But to allow Aston Villa to do the double over Liverpool this season, with everything that's gone on, that's still a heavy blow and quite embarrassing, to be honest. And again, Aston Villa are a team that's up and coming. They're doing well. They don't have Grealish today, which I think is a big loss for them. And somehow, some way, they are still leading 1-0 against Liverpool. Ollie Watkins. Could the keeper have done better on that? Could the defenders have done better on that? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, that's me, man. Liverpool beat everybody. 1-0 at home to Aston Villa. Trying to keep some faith, and hopefully we can bounce back in this second 45 minutes. See you guys at the end of the game.